What's up, a Cinema Shogun here, and this Rudy Farias story is getting crazier and crazier by the minute. I don't even know where to begin in this video. For those of you all who don't know, Rudy was just found a few days ago on June 29th after he had been missing for 8 years. Rudy is now 25. Rudy went missing supposedly, because now I'm questioning if he was ever missing at all. But supposedly he went missing in 2015 when he was just 17 years old. Now yesterday, I showed you all social media posts from some of Rudy's family members who claim that Rudy's mother has had Rudy this entire time. Some say that she had him in hiding, things along that nature, and they keep saying that the truth is going to come out. The truth is going to come out. Now, I was able to verify that those people were indeed family members of Rudy. But since then, more people have been coming forward claiming to know Rudy's family, to know Rudy's mother, and I cannot verify if they actually know Rudy's mother or not. But they are saying some very interesting things that make me raise my eyebrow. And the only reason I'm looking at these people as being somewhat credible is because the information they're revealing is lining up with information that Rudy's, for 100% fact, real family members have revealed. And I've been digging into the story. And if you've been following my videos, you already know that Rudy's mother is a catfishing scammer who has created this intricate web of fake social media profiles. And I'm telling you, it is mind-boggling the amount of stuff that I've uncovered. If you have not watched my prior videos, go ahead and do so. But I want to show you what some people are saying that claim they know Rudy's mother. Janie is a scammer. She scams anyone she can. She scammed my friend years ago while her son was missing supposedly, and his mom is a weirdo and an attention whore. They fabricated everything, and I promise the truth will come out. She's an evil, disgusting lady for this. Now, when covering true crime cases, sometimes people create fake accounts and they spread nonsense. I am no stranger to seeing stuff like that. The reason why I'm taking posts like this more seriously is because of all the information that we've already uncovered. And I do know for a fact that Rudy's mother is a scammer. She claims that she runs businesses that don't exist. She's, at one point, I uncovered that she must have been married to like 3 different people. Now, mind you, the people that she was supposedly married to are more than likely fake, because she has this intricate web of dozens of fake Facebook profiles that all interact with each other, mainly all interact with Janie to make Janie look more real. But we know that Janie has used over 8 different profile pictures claiming that they're all her, but none of the pictures are her. It's really wild. It's really wild. It's hard to follow up with. That's why you got to watch the prior videos. But someone else said something that I found really disturbing. I was told by his aunt about 4 or 5 years ago that she did a surprise visit to her home, at Janie's home, and he was there. He, meaning Rudy. I don't understand why this is happening. I don't believe any of it. My heart is at rest, and has been for several years, that he has been alive. And I don't want to go down that rabbit hole again. I already have a feeling who is opening this up and why she would. Tomorrow I will shut this page down. Let him live his life. If that kid says his name is whatever, leave it alone, and the investigators will handle it. Now, she says that last part because Rudy's mother is now claiming that Rudy doesn't know who he is, and that he thinks that he's some 14-year-old named an entirely different name. That's really weird, and I don't believe anything Rudy's mother has been saying. You see, most of the information that we're getting from this case is supposedly coming from Rudy's mother's sister. The only problem is we uncovered that Rudy's mother's sister doesn't really exist. It's just another fake profile that is being ran by Rudy's mom. So, like I said, it's mind-boggling stuff, but this person claims that Rudy's actual aunt, because Rudy does have an actual aunt, went over to the house and that Rudy was at the house chilling. And that lines up perfectly with what some of Rudy's real cousins that we have verified are saying. That Rudy's been at home all along and hiding because of Rudy's mom. Now, why would Rudy be in hiding? For one, I think Rudy's mother is a scammer. She's kind of, I use the word Munchausen syndrome by proxy. I think she has Rudy believing that he's dealing with medical issues that he may not be dealing with. I think she's over-exaggerated the mental health issues that he deals with. And I think she's just a psychotic, crazy, attention-seeking woman that uses, the disappearance of her son as a way to get money and other things. One thing that you'll learn quickly about Rudy's mom is that she's always wrapped up in some type of tragic situation. Her brother died in a car accident. Her son, Rudy's brother, died in a motorcycle accident. Her son, Rudy's brother, died in a motorcycle accident. There's always different deaths surrounding her mom, this person, that person. And I really question if some of these people are even real, because it seems like she always has a story about how this person passed away or how this person passed away. And I think it's the way that she gets sympathy and she gets money, she gets attention. It's really weird. And then she has all of these fake profiles that act like they're mourning these people too, and it makes it seem more real until you actually do some digging and realize that all of these profiles are just fake profiles using fake pictures that all only post about Rudy's mom. They don't post about anything else. They only post about Rudy's mom, and all they do is back up Rudy's mother's wild claims about random stuff that happens in her life. Now, I have been trying to shy away from talking about Rudy's father because supposedly Rudy's father offed himself. And I use the word supposedly just because I'm not sure what to believe in this story anymore. I have found verified reports, though, that Rudy's father was a scammer as well. I'm trying to be respectful when covering this case. I'm not going to dive too deeply into this, at least right now. But this is important to know moving forward because I'm about to show you some information that I think is really useful. But anyway, a police officer facing criminal allegations as part of a Houston Police Department internal affairs investigation offed himself on Tuesday. Rudolph Farias, 51, was a 21-year veteran of the force. Multiple sources confirmed that Farias was relieved of duty earlier Tuesday. He was one of 4 Houston Police Department officers dismissed and ordered to turn in their badges amid a ticket rigging investigation. An investigation of speeding tickets written by the Houston Police Traffic Enforcement Unit reveals several dozen cases in which officers were listed in 2 places at once. That includes Farias, the station reports. So, Rudy's father is a police officer that was wrapped up in some type of elaborate scam. When he got caught, supposedly he offed himself. Now, this is important for many reasons. For one, Rudy's mother's story about Rudy going missing, all of the details surrounding it are very obviously fake, 100% fabricated. The story she shares is that Rudy was fighting human traffickers trying to save a little girl. He saved a little girl, but because he saved the little girl, the traffickers decided to take him, and they held him captive for 8 years before releasing him right where they found him, basically. So that's obviously a bogus story. Everything surrounding this story is bogus, fake, and fabricated. You would think that the Houston Police Department would know that. But we're seeing right here that there's a possibility that Rudy's mother has ties to the police department. Her baby daddy, Rudy's father, was a police officer who obviously had some friends that were all in on one big scam. Crooked cops. Crooked cops indeed. So there's a possibility here that the reason this story has not been properly investigated and, no one's been asking questions is because Rudy's mother is connected to dirty cops in Houston. Yes, I know that sounds crazy, but you see it right here that Rudy's father, basically offed himself after getting caught up in one of these scams. And we know that Rudy's mother is a scammer. We've uncovered multiple ways in which she has scammed over the course of the last 8 years. So it's all kind of coming together. But I found one news report that really stuck out to me. Keep in mind, these news outlets that are reporting on this story, they're not getting their information from law enforcement. Law enforcement is oddly missing when it comes to this case. Yeah, they say law enforcement arrived on scene when Rudy was found, but Rudy's mother was basically already there or got there kind of at the same time, way too quickly. That's odd as well. But anyways, the police department, they haven't released an official statement about this at all. And usually, when a missing person is found, it's a pretty big deal, especially if a missing person was found after missing for 8 years. So you see news outlets reporting on this, but the news outlets are all getting their information from Rudy's mother and Rudy's aunt, which is really just Rudy's mother. They're talking to Rudy's aunt on the phone, and it's really Rudy's mother. And they're getting pictures from Rudy's aunt. It's really just Rudy's mother. So when you see things reported in the news, you can't really rely on that either, because they're just reporting what they think is real information that's coming from a devastated mom who just found her kid after he was missing for 8 years. So they're trying to be sympathetic towards her. They're not even really looking into the story, because if you do, you know it's 100% fake. But I want to read you all this little news snippet because this is really weird to me. Details of disappearance. They go over when Rudy was last seen. We already know that he was walking dogs and all of that. I want to go to the end, right here. At the time of his, we'll start right here. For months prior to Rudy's disappearance, he had been suffering from depression. His older brother had died in a motorcycle accident in 2001, and Rudolph had witnessed his death. In 2014, his father, a Houston police officer, offed himself. We know why he offed himself. It was because he was caught up in a scam. But this is the important part. At the time of his disappearance, Rudy was scheduled to testify in a criminal case. It's unclear whether the testimony was a factor in his disappearance, but he is considered missing under unclear circumstances. His case remains unsolved. So Rudy supposedly was supposed to testify in a criminal case literally right before he went missing. Like the day after he went missing, he was supposed to testify in this criminal case. Really odd, right? Now, does this case have something to do with his father? We know that his father was caught up in the case, and that when his father got caught up, his father supposedly offed himself. So, was Rudy going to have to testify in a case involving his father? I don't know. I also find it weird that they're trying to use depression, that Rudy must have disappeared because of depression from his brother's death, but his brother died in 2001. Listen, I've lost people close to me. I understand that depression is a real MFer, but at the same time, you're not going to make me believe that a 17-year-old went missing because his brother died 15, 16 years ago, or, 14 years ago or whatever. But the father recently dying, that's something that's really odd to me. And considering the fact that he was caught up in this scamming case that I guess he never was held accountable for because he took himself out the game, Rudy was here supposed to testify in some type of case. Supposedly. Mind you, like I said, when I'm looking at this, I don't see any other news outlets reporting this. That Rudy was supposed to testify in a criminal case and then he went missing. So I don't really know if this is true. Did they get this information from, real sources? Or is this information that was coming from his lying, scamming, catfishing mother? But this is something really odd, because maybe he was supposed to testify in the case and his mother didn't want him to. I wonder if the case had something to do with his mom. I don't know. That's the one thing. I have no idea what this case, I'm looking into it, but at the time of this recording, I have no idea what this criminal case was that he was supposed to testify in. I think that it maybe has something to do with his dad, but then again, I don't know, probably not. Maybe it has something to do with his mom. But if this is true, and it's hard to tell if it is because there's so many lies revolving around this story, if this is true, then maybe this is a motive as to why the mother didn't want him out there. The mother didn't want him talking about whatever this criminal case was about. And I think that there's a very big chance that this mother is wrapped up in a lot of criminal stuff, because we know that she is a very shady individual that has all of these different names and aliases. She uses all of these different photos online. She's created dozens of fake Facebook accounts to try to, make her stories seem more real and believable. It's all a very intricate, elaborate, freaking weird-ass situation that continues to blow my mind as I am talking about it. But for now, let me know your thoughts about all of this stuff down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.